Anthem is an online multiplayer action role-playing video game developed by BioWare and published by Electronic Arts. The game was released worldwide for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One on February 22, 2019. Set on an unnamed planet, players assume the role of freelancers, heroic adventurers who wear powerful exosuits to defend humanity from the threats beyond their city's walls. The game's title refers to the Anthem of Creation, a powerful and mysterious force responsible for most of the extraordinary technology, phenomena, and threats in the world. In the main narrative, the player's Freelancer is tasked with stopping the villainous monitor from seizing control of the Anthem. Anthem combines third-person shooter and action role-playing game elements in a contiguous open world shared with up to 3 other players. Each player takes the role of a freelancer donning fully customizable exosuits called javelins. Anthem features 4 unique javelin variants which the player unlocks while progressing through the game. Each javelin features unique attributes and abilities that encourage different styles of play and evoke classic rebounds per game character archetypes. 2. The Ranger is the javelin all players begin the game with, and is considered the all-around master of combat. 3. The Colossus is the largest, slowest, but most resilient javelin, and features a large shield to absorb attacks or hit enemies. 2. The Interceptor is the fastest and most agile javelin, specializing in quick close-quarters melee strikes. 2. And the Storm is the least armored javelin, but can remain airborne the longest, allowing it to attack from a distance with blasts of elemental energies. 2. Players can build relationships with various non-playable characters, but they cannot establish romantic relationships with them, as was a trademark of previous BioWare games. 4. The central meeting point of the game takes place in Fort Tarsus, the central stronghold of Anthem. Built by the eponymous General Helena Tarsus, it serves as a fortified settlement against the threats of the outside world and is also the point where the player goes to receive new missions and freelance assignments. It is a melting pot where all the different factions of the game meet, including the Sentinels, Corvus, Ciphers, and Arcanists. 5. The game features both single-player and cooperative multiplayer elements in a shared world that can have up to 4 squad members per team. Teams can fight savage beasts and ruthless marauders while exploring lost ruins and experiencing massive, world-altering terrain occurrences, such as Shaper storms. Anthem Beginner's Guide. Get an overview of Anthem combat basics in this video by Moonlight Wolf. Javelin suits are the key to combat in this dangerous world, and it's important to understand their strengths and how each one can be modified to best suit your playstyle. The first thing to understand is that you want to have immediate access to every javelin. Unlocking javelins. You'll unlock your first javelin at level 2 and your remaining javelins in this order. Second unlock at level 8. Third unlock at level 16. Fourth unlock at level 26. Choosing the right javelin for your fighting style. Next, let us get to know each of the 4 available javelins. The Colossus javelin is a hard-hitting tank with strong defensive capabilities. It can plow through enemies and protect squad mates with a massive directional shield and thick armor. It's also the only javelin sturdy enough to wield heavy weapons. The Interceptor javelin is an agile, powerful master of close combat. This suit is perfect for those who prefer fast-paced, precise attacks followed by dashing away from the enemies before they can lay a finger, or claw, on them. The Ranger javelin is a balanced and versatile suit perfect for most playstyles. If you're looking for a javelin that can stand up to both close and long-range combat, you can't do better than the Ranger. It's got something in its arsenal for almost any situation. The Storm javelin is an elegant long-range fighter and master of the elements. If you'd like to hover above the fray, unleashing ice, fire, and lightning attacks, then this is the javelin for you. The Storm-S light armor makes it something of a glass cannon, so avoid diving into the heaviest fighting and deal damage from a relatively safe distance. You begin each expedition by selecting the javelin you'd like to use. Consider the kind of mission, combat, or exploration you may want to pursue, as you want to be able to change to another javelin until that expedition is complete. Gear and weapons. In the Forge, you can customize your loadout by making gear selections that are optimized for your playstyle. Gear can modify different aspects of your javelin, including optimizing powerful attack combos, both for solo play and team combat, lowering cooldown times, increasing weapon effectiveness, giving you longer periods of flight, and more. Each javelin has space for 2 assault and 1 support gear options, 2 weapons, and 6 components, though not all of these slots will be available immediately. As you progress, you'll unlock more and begin collecting items, each with their own level and rarity. Altogether there are 6 rarity types. Common. Uncommon. Rare. Epic. Masterwork. Legendary. After each mission, you should definitely head to the Forge to check and see if any of the gear and components you've collected are superior to your current options. The more powerful and rare the items, the more prepared you'll be when taking on more powerful enemies. Next up are weapons. You'll want to get familiar with them in the field, and, once you've unlocked a secondary slot, switch between your weapons regularly. This will come in handy when you need to snipe an enemy or replace a gun that's exhausted its ammo. Abilities. Each javelin has its own unique abilities. These abilities must charge over time before becoming available to use. Taking down enemies and assisting allies will help you charge up faster. Once your abilities bar is full, try to aim your ultimate at a group of enemies, or a particularly large and powerful one, to get the most out of it. Wasting an ultimate on a single target is best avoided. Aside from taking out enemies, your ultimate can get you out of a dire situation in a hurry. Low on health? Use an ultimate to restore your health and shields to continue the attack or rocket out of harm's way. Traversal basics. Once you finish in the Forge and head out into the world, you'll have to master traversing the vertical world of Anthem in order to emerge triumphant during combat. Take to the skies by flying around the world or hover in midair to attack enemies from various vantage points. You'll need to also be strategic about heat management if you want to remain in the air longer. Look for a waterfall or other body of water to cool down and extend your flight time. Extending your ability to fly and hover can be incredibly important to successful combat. So to help you out when you do decide to jump into the world of Anthem,